In this video, I'm going to show you the order of operations that I use to assemble the upper of a dunk. Here, I'm attaching my heel collar to both quarter panels with a zigzag stitch. Gluing the heel and wings to the collar and quarter panels. Now I'm sewing the heel and the wings on. You want to go all the way up that wing to right there and stop. And then you go to the other side and start there. You want to leave the top part of that wing open so that you can put your lower eye stay underneath it later. Now we glue our swooshes on. And then the heel tab mustache. Now we're going to assemble our tongue, our vamp, and our toe liner all in one. We sew everything together here with a double stitch, and that way when you flip the toe liner, it makes for a nice smooth transition. So on this shoe I'm doing a full leather liner. It's a little bit different than factory, and what I'm doing here is just marking out exactly where my vamp goes because I want to glue that leather liner to it. But I don't, you can see the two lines that I have on the back of the vamp there. I don't want to glue the leather liner to that because I'm going to need to fold that back to close my shoe, to zigzag stitch right there. So here what I'm doing is with some masking tape, I'm folding that toe liner back out of my way so that I can zigzag stitch and it won't be in my way. Then I take a little piece of tape, same mask, just cheap masking tape, and I connect my shoe right there, right where I'm going to zigzag stitch, and I put that masking tape right there to hold it together. Then I glue that liner back over the top of the zigzag stitch that I just did, and then I sew that liner in. it should look something like that. There's both sides done. So you can see here, I already have my toe puff glued into my mudguard. That makes things easier for me. I prefer to do it that way. It's easier when you last. Whenever you go to last, you just last and hit it with your heat gun a little bit in the toe area, and you're done. We're attaching our mudguard to the vamp and quarter panels here with glue, contact cement. I prefer Barge Infinity for sticking these panels together. It's very fast. It's got like a 2-minute wait time. Most of the time I don't even wait the 2 minutes. I just put it on both sides and stick it together. It seems like when you're repositioning, it's a little more forgiving. I don't use it for soling though. For the soling I use Rania. So the only problem with gluing your toe puff in first is that when you get to the toe area right there, it gets a little tricky. So I just flip the mudguard up and then sew around, and whenever I get done with that, I just flip it back down. If you didn't have your toe puff glued in already, you probably wouldn't have to do that. You might be able to get around there. I don't know. I've honestly never done it that way because I like to do it this way. Now we're gluing in our lower eye stay, and it goes underneath that wing flap. And then we glue our wing flap down and sew around it. When you start and stop your stitching on this wing flap, you start and stop in the same holes that you started and stopped in originally when you were sewing the wings on to begin with. Then punch out your eyelets. If you made it this far, thanks for watching.